Hello. Hi out there, world. Let's check and make sure we are live. Like five. Come in the room. If you are here, say hello in the comments. If you are on Facebook, make sure you do the little Streamlab permissions link, which let me grab that really quick. For chat authorization, so you guys can chat with me with no issues. And I will put that in the chats for everybody. But let me make sure everything is copacetic. Copacetic. Why I allow a few minutes to go past for you guys to be notified that we're live, that it's going on now, that it is happening, all of the above. Let me see here if we are live. Yes, I see my smiling face. So we're good. So let me grab this link. So for my Facebook peeps, so I can see your name when you post on Facebook. So I know who I'm talking to, okay? So I'm not just talking to myself, but I'm talking to all the interested parties. All right, we're gonna put it in the chat now. Give permission. And let's see. I see. Hello, Corey. How are you? Yes, you just gotta make sure everything is right and copacetic for the people. For the people. Okay, so this is the link for me to see your nice name if you're on Facebook to authorize Streamlabs for chat. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a great day. My day has been okay. You know, a couple client meetings. Then I had to run and grab my son because he's not feeling well with a fever. So that's fun. But other than that, everything's been pretty good today. Pretty chill. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I am here in the great state of Texas. So let me know where you're tuning in from and all of that jazz. I hope you guys are excited for this training to all about ditching that boring lead magnet, honey, for an interactive quiz. Okay. We are going to dive in here soon. Yes. Yes, I know you are also from the great state of Texas, Corey. So that is great. Let me check one more place because I also should be live on YouTube since Facebook, made their little updates that they're only letting content be up for 30 days. Did you guys know that? If you weren't aware, this is your PSA. Facebook is getting rid of storing all of your lives in videos and stuff from the past and only going to a 30-day model. So if that is precious content you want to keep, I suggest you just start downloading a little bit a day, depending on how much content you have on their platform. Yes, see, I'm glad I said something. See, you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't even know, Corey. So they sent out a notice sometime this month. I think it was this month. I hope it was this one. But they said you should be getting the emails as they're going to start rolling off stuff, and you'll have between like 30 or 90 days to get your stuff. So that includes your business pages, all things um essentially uh Facebook at this time. So any videos, all of that, if you got old videos, pull them down because they're getting rid of it because they're whack. No, I get it. Video probably, as I've been researching apps and building apps and all of that stuff, video is the most costly for any platform. So I get, yeah, that probably makes more sense to not store everybody's stuff for as long as they've been stored. Because if you think about it, they have been storing video. When did live video come out? Like whatever year that was that Periscope came out. If y'all remember Periscope, they was like the first one, and then Facebook adopted it right after. So that's a long time. That's a lot of lives, a lot of videos, a lot of content videos. So that probably is eating up most of their bill in maintaining the app. And I only know that, like I said, because I have been looking into apps and how to build apps and all of that other stuff recently, and I was like, oh, and when you find out some of the costs, video is one of the most costly things. So they are going to a 30-day model. So pull your content down if you need to pull it down. All right, so let us get started. Today, again, we're going to be talking about ditching. Ditching are boring lead magnets for interactive quiz. Okay, so if you're watching this live, go ahead and say hi in the comments like Corey did. If you are watching the replay, make sure you put in #replay. And for those of you who don't know who I am, hello. My name is Sharon Marie Nolan, and I am an offer and automation strategist. And my goal is to essentially help you to create, optimize, and streamline those offers for your business with automations, with AI. It's 2025, you need to be using AI. And all of the things. So that's what I'm here for. I am your tech loving quiz enthusiast guru. And today we are going to geek out about my passion of quizzes today. So I hope you're ready. So let me share my little slides here. Here we go. Yep. Turn it off. Okay. All right. So we're going to be talking about ditch the boring lead magnet for an interactive quiz. Traditional lead magnets are falling flat. In 2025, let's be honest, I can raise my hand and say, raise your hand in the comments and give me a me in the chat. If you are somebody who has downloaded somebody's PDF and checklist and template, and maybe you even took it a step further and saved it in an accurate place for you to look at it later, because who knows who's actually saving it in a place they can look at later. But maybe you did, but you still didn't look at it later. Okay. Me, go ahead and let me know. Type me in the chat if that's you, because it definitely has been me. Right. I have all intentions of looking at that checklist, looking at somebody's lead magnet that they created, because obviously it was interesting enough for me to subscribe, but it just essentially sits and collects dust in your Dropbox, your G Drive, your downloaded folder on your computer or your phone. It is just sitting there. Unfortunately, it's just sitting there. So, no more. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, which is quizzes for lead generation. So, to the next page. Let's talk about the problem with traditional lead magnets, right? Number one, and let me remove my little hold on 1 second, because I want y'all to be able to actually see. actually see. There you go. What did it say? So, the problem with traditional lead magnets, number one, low engagement. If the stat hurts, I'm sorry. But less than 10% of leads actually use downloaded content. Right? Do I have sound effects? Let me see. No, I have a gasp. Right? But less than 10% of people actually using the downloaded content that you made nice and pretty in Canva, that nice little template, that nice little checklist, that nice little ebook, all of those different things. Less than 10% of people are actually utilizing it. Most PDFs gather digital dust, especially in 2025. I believe I need to recheck this stat, but I believe in like 2020, the number was like up to 80% of video being the number one content that was consumed online. So if people are watching that much video, and that was 2020. Who knows what that number is in 2025? I'll need to relook up that stat. But that was just 2020. So now the this percentage, shoot, it might be even less than that, really. You know? So we don't want to collect digital dust, guys. That's why we're talking about quizzes today. The other problem with traditional lead magnets is there's no personalization. It is usually a one size fit all approach, right? A checklist for everybody. Everybody downloads the same thing. There's no real personalization and customization. And let me have my slides so you guys can see my face while I say this. In 2025, with the rise of AI, I've been saying this recently in a lot of conversations that I've been having. I think our best positioning in this year and beyond is going to be our ability to connect with people, right? People are desiring more in-person events, more hands-on retreats, more things that are more interactive. So the more personalized you can make something, especially your lead magnet, the better. Which is why quizzes are amazing, because they somewhat get a customized result at the end, right? So yes, I just want to throw that piece PSA out there. Think about, from now moving forward, of how you can engage your audience more, bring about more connectivity, bring about more thoughtful touch points. It don't have to be big where you're touching everybody, but little things. Sometimes it's the little things that go an extra mile, right? A little gift in the mail or something if somebody purchases something, or a little touches that make someone feel that they're heard and seen will be your differentiator for sure in this season moving forward. So that's my PSA. Let's move on. So the other problem with traditional lead magnets is that there is a minimal scope of data collection, right? You're normally only getting name, email, and maybe name, email, phone number, but you're not really collecting a whole lot of other data about them that could help you customize what you're offering them more. Okay. And then it can be quickly obsolete, right? Like I just said, in 2020, the stat of most consumed content online was video in 2020, and that was at 80%. So we don't know what that number is, fluctuate based on, COVID fatigue and all of that. I'll need to relook up that stat. But that PDF is collecting dust. I'm just going to tell you, if it's breaking your heart, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's true. Static content becomes outdated almost immediately after creation, because with the injection of AI, now everything is seemingly going at warp speed, right? You thought things were working this way at this point, but then now it shifts even faster than it seems to me than it used to. especially with even on these social media platforms and algorithms and what the market is even wanting. I've noticed that since COVID, a lot of people have gotten burned, right, with a lot of the gurus who haven't really given them the results that people pay big money for. So now people are more conscious of, and the state of the economy, right? People are more conscious of their dollars and where they're spending their dollars. So they're taking a longer um, runway to make a decision to buy in some industries. So I say that to say the more that you can connect and actually have a real connection with people, the better. And the more that you can personalize and customize it, the better. Hence quizzes. So let's continue on. Anybody have any questions so far based on what I said? Please drop them in the chat as I am here to answer them. I'm here to answer them. Okay. Enter the interactive quiz. Okay. So interactive quizzes have a much, much, much higher completion rate. They achieve an impressive almost 68% completion rate. Users crave personalized results, guys. We're humans. We love learning more. Well, most of us learning more new things about ourselves, or more things that can give us insight or give us strategy, or oh, I didn't know that about myself. Like I've taken probably almost all the personality quick tests and assessments out there, right? Because you want to learn more about yourself. It's just a natural inclination for us to do that. So quizzes are very beneficial in that way, is that they give you that leg up. Providing that personalized result for people at the end. Also, it provides instant gratification, right? As soon as they finish entering their answers, they're immediately taken to a results page where they can get a little more insight, right? So there's no waiting for actual downloading in that process. Then self-discovery. People love learning about themselves. I just said this, so I'm gonna say it again. People love learning about themselves. So quizzes really allow you to tap into that fundamental desire within all of us. Most people, even the grumpiest, McGrumps, they like learning about themselves. So why they so grumpy? So, and then it sparks a two-way conversation. Quizzes create dialogue with leads, right? They engage rather than lecture. So you essentially want to think of a quiz like you are going to the doctor's office, right? And they are essentially, how the doctor asks you different questions about your symptoms and different things like that. And then based on your responses, then they can then give you somewhat of a diagnosis, right? That's essentially the job of the quiz, right? They'll ask questions to kind of see where they are, and then boop, spit them out somewhat of a diagnosis, explanation of where they're at. And it can be about anything. It could be about silly stuff, right? Like what's something that people, what was that? Oh yeah, which house that you were part of, Harry Potter or something. It could be something silly like that. It can be serious things, helping you find your I don't know, mistakes you're making with your meal plan or something like that. Like it can be as fun or as serious or as in between as you want. And that's why I really like quizzes, because they can be very customized. And if you end up being a quiz enthusiast like me, you'll have more than one anyway for different reasons and different segments of your business and all that jazz. So quizzes are great. Let's continue. Again, at any point, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, because I really want to answer anybody's questions as we go on. So, benefits of quiz lead magnets. Again, we already talked about the higher conversion rate. The conversion rate of them becoming an email subscriber consistently is about 40 to 50%. And again, you're collecting more valuable, rich data, right? About their preferences and pain points based on their responses to your questions. So you not just don't just have their name and email. Now you have, I prefer coffee over tea. I prefer an iPhone over Android, right? Or something like that. You'll have more detailed data that you can then um, begin to segment. Yeah, I think that's the next one. Automatic segmentations. You'll begin to segment them out and give them more customized information in your emails as well. So not only is there customization in the quiz itself where they'll get the personalized results, but then afterwards, your nurturing can be more customized as well. And as an added bonus with some people, which we'll talk about somebody later on as just an example, there is a possibility of increased viral ability, right? For the quiz to go viral and everybody's sharing it and everybody's taking it and everybody's getting the results and all of that thing, right? For it to be shared multiple times if people find the insight at the end valuable. So then we just got a few more slides here, guys, because I want to leave enough time for questions at the end. But let's talk about the anatomy of an effective quiz. So, firstly, copy is important, right? You want the title to be intriguing, inviting, makes them be curious, makes them like, let me click, right? They have an example of, we have an example here of what's your marketing superpower, right? People like business people always have to do marketing, but finding out that I might have a superpower of marketing, right? You want something that's catchy, that appeals again to people's curiosity and self-identity. And then questions. You want the questions to be engaging. Include 5 to 7 thought-provoking questions that are also some, at least 1 or 2, fun to answer, right? I have right here 5 or 7. That's like the ideal optimal number. You can go, I say, as far as 12, unless you're doing an actual more detailed assessment. And then you would position it as an assessment and not necessarily a quiz. Like people already in their minds would know, okay, assessment is going to be way more questions, right? So key thing to note. And then personalized results, as we keep reiterating, that will deliver personality-based or assessment style outcomes that provide value, or score-based outcomes, right? I have a quiz for people finding out their automation readiness score. And it gives them an actual calculated number based on their answers. So you can do score-based quizzes as well. And then a clear call to action. So the other benefit about quizzes, which some people usually do a good job of this in their PDFs, right, is they'll lead you to the next step, whether that's at the end, want more content, go to my YouTube, or would like further assistance with this, book a call with me, those type of things. You can do this with a quiz. And because you've already kind of shared with them your expertise, so to speak, by spitting out this personalized result about them, they're more than likely to be intrigued already from taking the quiz to be interested in that next call to action, where you're guiding them to the next step in your funnel. Ideally, you want this to be something low ticket. However, with the right positioning and messages, it can be for something high ticket as well. I've seen low ticket, high ticket, mid ticket offers be utilized with quizzes. It's all about the right positioning and messaging. But if this is your first quiz, I highly recommend that it's something small, easy for your audience to say heck yes to, and then it's easier. It's not taxing on you, right? It's something simple that you can probably put together and create as well. So next up, okay, let's talk about Jenna Kutcher. Okay, if you don't know who she is, she's basically a entrepreneur, podcaster, all of the things, right? I think she's an author, mom, all of those great things. And she did a quiz a while back called "What's Your Secret Sauce?" and got her 100K people on her email list, right? Because that virability piece shoo, went out the window. People was like, "What's your secret sauce?" Really resonated with entrepreneurs seeking a unique value. Her target audience was, of course, focused on entrepreneurs and creatives hungry for differentiation in the market, and it offered value delivery, provided actionable insights that participants could implement immediately, right? And it yielded impressive results. Like I said, generated over 100,000 email subscribers through this single lead magnet. Okay, 100,000 is crazy. Okay, and please believe Jenica has. I'm sure after that one, I saw a few more quizzes that she made after that. So again, I think once you get hooked to making one and then you find the right marketing strategy to position it when you go out, it's like fireworks and firecrackers. I'm telling you, amazing, amazing. So that's just an example of how amazing a quiz can convert for you for lead magnets. Imagine having 100K leads. What? In no time. That's crazy. So now let's talk about creating your lead magnet. First up is you want to select before I even get into this, the first thing that I always say is that you want to begin with the end in mind. What is that final next step offer that you're wanting to offer them? Right? Whatever that is, like I said, I recommend it being something low ticket to start off for your first quiz so that you can actually test it out with your audience, get feedback, see the data that how people are responding to the questions, all of that thing. So it's an easy yes for them when you're first starting off. So with that, you want to begin with what is that end offer or service in mind that you're wanting to have as your call to action for the quiz. It can be more than one, depending on the results, right? Maybe you're a health and wellness person and you have different supplements, and based on their results, you want to offer them specific different supplements, right? But you want to think about that final offer and what that is, right? Then once you have that in mind, then you want to start, what they say, reverse engineering from there. So after that, then you would think of a relevant topic and choose a subject that addresses your audience's core challenges. Next up, you will want to choose your quiz tool, right? Tech. You need tech. There are tons of quiz tools out there. If you want some recommendations, definitely shoot me a DM after this training, and I'll give you a list of them and links to them or whatever, because I am affiliate for a few of them. Involved.me is a good one. I'm a certified creator for them. A free option would be Fill Out Form Builder, because you can just use a regular form builder like Typeform, or what's the other one people use? A lot of any type of form builder, as long as it has conditional logic and as long as it has custom, where you can show them custom results pages, right? Even if it's a redirect based on the responses, then you're golden. If it doesn't do those two things, then come to me and I'll give you some help. Try Interact is one of the gold standard ones. And then the quiz guru Ryan Levesque used to have Bucket.io, but I believe he sold that. So now Score app has the software. So ScoreApp is a high-end one, right? So depending on your budget, depending on what you're trying to do, hit me up and I'll assist you in recommending the quiz tool. Because some of them, of course, are expensive, some of them are free. Just depends on what you're kind of needing. Then number 3, you want to connect your email marketing. Obviously, you want to connect this to your email service provider so you can get those leads, so you can get those subscribers, and so you can nurture them further after they're on your email list. And you can even do custom nurture sequences and all that jazz based on their results. So that is your MailChimp, your MailerLite, your Kit, your Flowdesk, all of the email service providers. Whatever tool you choose, you just want to make sure that it either integrates natively with your email service provider of choice, or it uses like a third-party automation tool like Zapier or Make or something like that. So then, yes, design follow-up sequence, like I mentioned, where you create personalized email journeys based on the results. So, next steps on implementing your quiz strategy. 4 kind of basic steps. Of course, there's the brainstorming phase, which I call clarifying phase. You really get clear and dialed in on the type of quiz that you want to offer. That'll be a good entry point to your value ladder. If you do you guys are you guys aware of like the value ladder concept? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. And I can go deeper in that if we need to. But essentially, you want this quiz to be that entry point to your value ladder for people to purchase more and more and more. So you can upsell them further and further into your world and your business and your services and offerings. So then the next, of course, will be selecting the software, which software is best for you. If you are wanting, I think I have it's not live, right? But I can turn it on for you. Pretty sure I started making a quiz for helping people choose quiz software. I just never put it live yet. So if you're interested in that, definitely DM me and I'll shoot that your way and turn it on. It probably is not connected fancily to the email sequence or anything yet, but I'm pretty sure I made it for clients. So let me know if that's something you want access to. And then number 3, set a measurable goal. Establish a target of new leads that you want to get in your first 30 days. And then 4 is launch and promote. Release your quiz to the world so that everybody can take it. Okay. So with that, and let me take those slides off. Let me know if anybody have any questions. Okay. Let me see. Can I use a quiz to grow my Facebook group? Absolutely, you can. Absolutely, you can. Right? You can have, as long as you let them know like the next steps for like more tips or insight or whatever your pitch is on those results page, is to join the Facebook group. And then your email nurture sequence after that would be nurturing them to let them know all the value they would get out of joining your Facebook group and why. And then that can 100% be your next step. For sure, for sure. Yes. So let me know if you have any other questions, Corey. But what was I saying? So everything that I just showed here, you can do this, on your own, in your own time, by yourself, solo. Do some research, watch the YouTube videos, do the Google search, talk to AI, all of those different things. Or you can join me for my Quiz It Up live 2-day intensive. This is the first time ever I'm doing it, so I don't even have like a nice, pretty slide. But essentially, my goal is to help you actually take the concept, put all the questions and everything, results pages together, and then set up all the tech in 2 days. So the first day will be dedicated to questions, copy, results, kind of strategic offer planning and all of that, right? And then the next day would be about all the tech, actually loading the questions, putting in the graphics, setting up the results page, setting up the conditional logic, making sure any calculations that you're doing in the quiz goes right, all of that jazz. So if that is something that you are interested in, there should be, and I don't see it, so I will drop it again. But there should be, at least on Facebook, I believe, a link pinned to the top of the chat for you to register for the event. And I will drop it in here for the Quiz It Up Live 2-day intensive. Early bird pricing from now until April 28th is $47. And it'll be 3 hours each day, so 10:30 to 1:30, and then 10:30 to 1:30. That's a Thursday and a Friday. We'll sit down and hammer out your quiz idea so that you actually have something put together, that it won't just be an idea, that you won't just, sit on your laurels with it, but this is actual implementation. 2 days from concept out of your head to live. And then as a bonus, that following week, anybody who signs up will have a week of open co-working / office hours for any of those technical issues that may come up that we can't necessarily address in the 2-3 hour blocks, right? Especially on that tech day, right? Tech. I love it, but you might not love it, or something might glitch, or something might happen and not work out for you or whatever. So yeah, we'll use that extra week for office hours / co-working. We can come in, implement. You can let me know any of those issues, share screens, all of that stuff too. So awesome. Yeah, Corey. So go ahead and sign up for that early bird pricing. Like I said, it goes up on the 28th. I think that's the final day that I have time for the timer. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. This is my first beta run of doing it live with people, as I personally, as a certified creator for quiz software, I'm used to like building people's quizzes and setting them up and doing the logic and all of the troubleshooting with quizzes on the back end. And I've done it for a certain amount of time now. I've created about 3 or 4 quizzes myself for my own business. So now I'm like, how can I get people fast results? I created my first actual digital product was because some friends of mine asked about quizzes and how they can do it, and I made one about making your own quiz, DIYing your own quiz. But now, after having all of this different experience, I really want to actually help people make the quiz, because people will even sign up for the digital product but not actually implement the steps or do the work and then make it a reality. So this 2-day intensive is to take out the delay in the middleman. You and me spend dedicated time. It's only gonna be at most 20 of us, because I wanted a small kind of group for us to really begin to implement and create and then launch our quizzes. Okay, so I'm like super excited. And then after that, we might do like a post bonus training for you guys about marketing, because that's another big piece that people usually ask about. And the short answer is that marketing is just the same as your regular lead magnet, but for some reason in people's minds it's not the same. So we might do a bonus training about that specifically if we have time. So Yes, if this sounds awesome to you, you want to go to thesharonmarie.com/quiz it up live, quiz dash it dash up dash live to sign up. And you will see this nice landing page here for you to sign up, right? And you just click the number of tickets you want, and then you'll be able to purchase it. Yeah. So the sale ends, early bird sale ends on the 28th. Yep. So make sure you sign up between now and the 28th to get the ticket for only $47. Then it'll go up to $57 until the day of. Then the day of, it'll be $67. So let me drink some water. And now I will open the floor for any more questions that anybody has. And I'll leave this on the screen, right? The day 1 and day 2 plans. Sounds like somebody at my door. Maybe it's the mail. But yes, I hope anybody watching live, or if you're able to watch the replay, go ahead and sign up at thesharonmarie.com/quiz it up live. Dashes in between all 4 of those words. 2 days, 10:30, 1:30, 3-hour blocks. We will go from concept, get the questions, get the results pages, even work on the nurture sequences. And the day 2 will all be all tech all the time. Okay, I already have a couple people signed up. So, and of course, you'll get the replay for people who like, well, I can only make one day and not the other day. That's fine. You will get the replay and you'll get like I said, a week of office hours / co-working that following week. So you can play catch up if you can't make both days. So that is there. So, but if you are somebody that's been considering doing a quiz, now's the time to pull the trigger. Now's the time to pull the trigger. Now's the time to pull the trigger. So awesome, Corey. I'm excited to have you. Yes. So if you know anybody else, Corey, you specifically, you know anybody else who would benefit from this, girl, share the link. Let them know. Because again, like I said, and let me turn this stuff off. Oops, not me. But like I said, I really think the differentiator in this year moving forward is going to be your ability to make more authentic connections with people, to leverage automation and AI to make authentic connection with people, or at least make the process easier for yourself, and to really personalize and customize without it being as intensive as a one-on-one work. A quiz is a way for you to somewhat do that, right? In a more larger scale manner to bring more people at the top of your funnel and top of your leads. So let me see. During the 2-day event where you show me how to implement the quiz to my Facebook group. Yeah, we can definitely chat further into detail for that. I have like a whole kind of timeline for us to even do breakout rooms so we can give feedback for one another in smaller groups as well. So yes. We'll deep dive into all of the juicy questions. All the juicy questions. Do you have like a focus for your Facebook group? Like a kind of geared focus Facebook group? And what is the purpose of the Facebook group? I say begin with the end in mind. So all of those, be writing all those things down because you'll need those for the workshop for when we do like brainstorming and really fleshing everything out. All right, guys. So if there are no more questions, I want to show the sign up page again. And I will call you back, Daddy, for joining me for Quiz It Up Live, April 3rd and 4th, 10:30 to 1:30 each day, 3 hours a day. Day 1, we will deep dive into strategy, questions, results pages, email sequences, right? Get essentially all that we really need put in place or as close to it as possible. And then day 2 will be all about the tech, loading the questions, setting up the results page, setting up the logic to, okay, when they answer this amount of questions, it goes to this page, or this amount of questions, it goes to that page. Or if you're doing calculations, all of the fun things that can happen when we're doing quizzes, right? That'll be what day 2 is dedicated to. And then you have a bonus week of office hours / co-working to address anything that we weren't able to address live. And yeah, I'm like super excited because I want people to actually make quizzes. I love them and they're amazing, and I want more people to have them to see how amazing they are. I will tell you, Corey, one thing that I loved using them for as a lead magnet was when I had like speaking events. They're definitely good for people learning more, being introduced to what you do, and all of that whenever I would speak. So you are very much welcome. So I'll put this link up here one last time. Early bird registration is till the 28th. From now until the 28th, go to thesharonmarie.com/quiz-it-up-live. We're going to quiz it up live. Quiz it up live. Okay. Well, the purpose of the group is to attract coaches who want customized templates and landing pages to promote their coaching business. So fun quiz idea, right? You can do something about the type of coach that they are, right? And come up with like witty names or something. You're the sassy coach, or the I can't think of it nothing off the top of my head, but we come up with some fun stuff, right? That'll have them be intrigued and then want to join the Facebook group. Yeah, and it could be like you can pitch it as being like a place coach connection, for coach resources, for coach promotion, right? You can pitch a lot of things. So yes. Ooh, I'm excited. Excited. So again, thesharonmarie.com/quiz-it-up-live. Okay, quiz it up live. So glad you're going to be joining me, Corey. Please share the information with anybody else you think would benefit from utilizing a quiz. And I will get out of here. Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. I will get out of here. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. If you're catching the replay and you have questions, drop them in the comments. I will definitely check the comment section again to respond to your messages. So, any questions that you have, go ahead and ask me. Ask away. Axe away. Okay, guys. I am winding down. I need to eat something. I think that's what it is. I need to eat something. So I will let you guys go. Hope you have a great rest of the day and join me for Quiz It Up Live. Okay. Bye.